Oscar is the most beloved and respected man in town, says Jimmy Kimmel, and he walks over to a huge statue of the Oscar, Mr. Oscar I suppose, and he points out why, and he says that he keeps his hands where you can always see them, and he never says a rude word, and most importantly, he doesn't have a penis. And then Jimmy goes on to say that Hollywood could do more, do with more men who don't have penises. And obviously hilarity ensues in the crowd, not just the women hooting with laughter, but the men as well, effectively laughing at themselves. And I wonder how many of them, metaphorically speaking, just left their balls at home. It was an absolute disgrace. I didn't watch it, I don't have a TV, I would have watched the rubbish anyway. But it was very predictable. It was said beforehand that this wasn't going to be politicised. But of course it was. It was just a total feminist / cultural Marxist, mutual backslapping, self-righteous, virtue signalling, bloody politicised farce. And whereas the full ratings I don't think have been published yet, the preliminary ones suggest that the ratings have absolutely plummeted, and there's speculation online in newspapers and various publications as to why. Well, not only was the advertising put up massively this year for the 30-second slots, but I rather suspect people are sick and tired of being given moral lectures from the most lecturous, disgusting, perverted town on the planet. It's paedophile centre. And I believe it was the woman who won the Oscar for Best Actress. She asked all the women in the audience to stand up and in what was described as something revolutionary. And then she said something about inclusion rider. And apparently this is a clause that lets actors demand diversity on film sets. So there you go, you've got diversity, you had the use of the word inclusion, there was race baiting, there was talking about blacks and whites. I mean, what's the point? I mean, it's supposed to be about films, for goodness sakes. Oh, and when she asked all the women to get up, she asked Meryl Streep in particular to stand up, because then everyone else would follow. This would be the same Meryl Streep who gave a standing ovation for Roman Polanski, who's one of the biggest paedophiles ever to come out of Hollywood. I don't think I need to remind you. Well, actually I will. He drugged and raped, both vaginally and anally, I believe, a 13-year-old girl in Jack Nicholson's jacuzzi or swimming pool or something like that. Absolutely sick. I'm just looking at the title of a video that the New York Times put out here on YouTube. Oscars 2018, a pledge for diversity. I'm not even going to cover it because the title speaks for itself. Now I'm not looking at another video put out here on YouTube by CBS this morning, the title of which is Women Take Centre Stage at Oscars 2018. These women are already the most spoilt, narcissistic women on the planet, and now they're adding gynocentrism to it. And I'd say if the cowardly males of Hollywood aren't prepared to stand up to these feminists, then just get out of Hollywood. Just leave it to women and watch it crash and burn. You know, the film ratings are going down. The ratings for the Oscars, as I say, they've tanked. Anyway, I'm going to have a little look at this CBS video. Anyway, the heading on the screen is Oscars of Inclusion. And they've got some newspaper write-ups here, headlines. Los Angeles Times, water wins as tide turns. Oh, that's very clever. Apparently this has something to do with a film called The Shape of Water, of which I know nothing, but the Hollywood Reporter's headline, Oscars embrace the shape of water in a consciously inclusive ceremony. There you go. The Guardian, a battle cry for inclusion. The Shape of Water's triumphs in Oscars of seismic change. Actually, I think I did see something about this particular film. I could be absolutely wrong, but I thought it was something about a woman having sex with a fish or something, a fish man. Daily News. Shape of Water triumphs at an Oscars awash in change. And they start off talking about how a load of actors were calling for female empowerment, and they're never going to stop. The men, if they you either fight back against them or just give in, and the males of Hollywood have given in. And it goes on about challenging male dominance in Hollywood and women reclaiming their power in Hollywood, and Jimmy Kimmel says that if Hollywood can stop harassments of women, then they'll only have to deal with it all the time and in every place they ever go. I beg your pardon, every other place. Well, it's supposed to be a joke, but no. And there were jibes at men by two of the presenters, who one of them said the four male nominees and the trailblazing woman. Another one said the four men, and then she named the woman, whoever the bloody hell she was. Well, in summing up, I think that Hollywood has always been a den of iniquity. Everyone knows that. Now it would appear to be a bastion of feminism, and I've decided that a group of feminists, a huge group of feminists, would be called a coven. So it's a coven of feminists and feminism. And like I say, if the men can't get their act together and sew their balls back on, then they may as well just fuck off and leave it to the women to ruin everything, which of course, everything they touch outside of the house, everything they get involved with, that even if Hollywood were a bastion of men, they fuck it all up and they start attacking, biting the hand that feeds them. Fuck them. Thank you.